Hey guys, how you doing? I'm out here kayaking on a lake, beautiful Pacific Northwest summer day. And I had some thoughts today. I want to talk about how women and men need each other. And, I'm sure, well, I'm not sure, but, so many of us have seen or heard about this whole internet sensation and even real life sensation of how women are saying they don't need men, they're more peaceful without men, and how men are saying they don't need women and they're more peaceful without women. And I'm here to push back on that a little bit. I think it's very sad that we're saying that we don't need women, we don't need men. We're born for each other. I think in some ways it's kind of cowardice too to say that. I would feel differently if you said that I'm holding out for a good one, because I think modern people's values are often not in line with wholesomeness, responsibility, and being a good person. And often people's actions don't match what they say their values are. So I think that's tearing people apart and causing the division. But I think it's better to be in the place of, in general, maybe not for everybody, but that I'm holding out for a good one. Not that I'm giving up and I don't need the opposite sex, because we need each other. And, some people, they may genuinely need that singleness for now, and that's fine. But, I think we've had things so comfortable for so long in terms of because of modern technology, we're not in as much of a dire kind of survival feeling, to the point that we've become kind of stupid and we think we don't need each other. We don't need to reproduce. But honestly, we do need to reproduce, because before the modern technology, we kind of relied on our children to take care of us when we're old. And now what we have older folks getting thrown into homes, and that's what's going to happen to us when we're older if we keep going this direction. And the elders aren't being taken care of as well in that, and they're just fed medications and they die quicker. I don't think we're thinking through what's going to happen when we get older. Not to mention the amount of young people or old people versus young in the future is going to be extremely high. And so we're not going to have enough working people supporting the economy, while there's a huge financial burden to support the older people. And so it's really not going to be good in that way unless we come up with a solution. And you look at how much people are depressed. It's in huge part because of our individualism, and we're not close to our families. And this is only going to increase if we have this attitude. So I think there's a certain level of selfishness that people have not thought through. It can be selfish to, I think in our society we have this narrative of like, oh, whatever makes you happy, but there's no sense of sacrifice. And that used to be more built into the culture, You sacrifice having kids because it's not always fun to have kids, I've heard. It's a lot of work. But you sacrifice because it's keeping society going, I don't know if you heard that analogy of like, you plant a tree, you won't even see it. It's for future generations. It's like a certain act of selflessness that we do. This concept seems to be lost this day and age. So this has to do with, because of this, our feeling that we don't need to reproduce. We've said, oh, I don't need women. I don't need men. Another point for why we need to reproduce is, oh, what was it? I might have just lost it. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll come back to me. But anyway, we need women. We need men. We need men to build the infrastructure. I mean, think about this. How you saying you don't need men? There's more women doing these jobs than there ever was now, but it's always going to be predominantly men because men are more built for it. They're more courageous for it. It's biological imperative to get a mate, to have these kind of jobs of building roads, building electrical infrastructure, maintaining this, being EMTs, firefighters, police force, protecting people. That's more of an instinct for men, and there's women that do those jobs and they're kick butt at their jobs, and all respect to them. But it's always going to be more men than women because men have throughout generations have been more used to and are more genetically built to put their lives on the line for people. So you saying you don't need men because you have a job in a cubicle so you can support yourself, but who built the building with that cubicle? Most women's jobs are soft powered jobs. It's not often the ones that are building the foundational stuff, that are creating this comfort that we live in with the AC and living, safely. So it's really ignorant and dumb to say you don't need men, because at the end of the day, you do. And it's equally stupid to say you don't need women. I think without women, men would go crazy and I don't know what they'd do. Maybe just kill each other off. I think a lot of men would lose any sense of purpose and, off themselves, or men would be severely depressed because women are the ones that add the essence of life into things. Women have that intuitiveness on what it takes for respect of life, they have the intuitiveness for children and the social fabric that holds us together. And they have that sense of life and vitality within them. And women keep men's tyranny in check. They keep the more hard edge of men, which has a propensity for violence and for destruction, without the bigger picture of what it takes to sustain life. We need women for this. We need women for, might be controversial, but I don't care. I'm not here to cater to everyone's feelings. I'm here to tell truth from my perspective. We need women to run the domestic sphere. And not only that, you look at native societies, a lot of the women, they ran the domestic sphere. Some of them even built the houses. The men would do the heavier lifting for it, but then they'd give the logs or whatever to the women, and then they'd build the house. A lot of the women controlled the agriculture and were in control of selling it, while the men were more in control of hunting and diplomacy within other tribes, decisions on war, things like this. But I think women are more built for the domestic sphere in some regard. And for some reason, society's made that seem like it's patronizing, but the domestic sphere was not always as cushy as it is now. Like I said, a lot of it was running the farming, which was hard work, selling the agriculture, even helping build the houses. But even despite that, before these modern amenities of washers and dryers and dishwashers, domestic responsibility were a lot of work, and it was in no way less work than the men's work. It was pretty equal. And I think it's sad that in the guise of female empowerment, we've made that work to seem to not be proper work. And let me clarify too, I'm glad that women are in the workforce and they have equal opportunity, and those things have changed for the good in many ways, to be more socially acceptable for women to have whatever jobs they want. But I think we've gone too far in the other direction. I think our fertility rate is showing that. But I'm glad women are happier doing certain jobs, and it's more acceptable for them to be outside of the home. But we need each other. We need to reproduce, and we need each other emotionally and spiritually. We need each other. We complete each other, you know? So I think it's really sad, and I think it's cowardice to say, oh, I don't, like, screw men, I don't need men, screw women, I don't need them. Like, hold out for a good one, but don't, I mean, I don't know. It's just sad. It's super sad. I love women, you know? I'm picky with who I choose. I want the woman to have good values. But I'm holding out for a good one, and I'm not giving up. Like, till I'm dead, I'm not going to give up, you know? So I hope this helps you guys. If you got anything out of it, please like and subscribe. I love you. Keep the faith, keep the vision of what you want in this life. Get a smile on your face, and I'm here for you. All right, see you in the next one.